comes to chemicals for our wastewater system, we have a lot of choices, starting with the blackwater tank. Now, some old school RVers like to use household products like Lysol and Pine Sol or perfumes in the blackwater tank. These are not really good to use because they're going to kill the good bacteria that we want in there. They might also do damage to the seals down in here and eat up a little bit of that lubrication that we need to make those working. So it is a good idea to use the approved chemicals. Now this one we have here is the liquid. It is biodegradable. It has no formaldehydes in it, so it's not going to kill the bacteria and the enzymes they want in there. It does actually do its own measuring. So you've got the various different sizes depending on the tank size that you have. Now other ones include this treatment, which is just a drop-in treatment. And we open this up. You see it's just a little biodegradable pouch in here, and the powder is going to go in. The thing you have to do with this is you do have to add some liquid into here to get this to dissolve, where that one I can just leave in. This is another brand. This is probably one of the more popular brands out in the market, Thetford with the Aqua King, or Aqua Chem, excuse me. And again, just the same type of a packet, and it will have both a in here, the toss-in holding tank deodorant for this one. Now some of the other ones inside here, we do have a gray water odor control. Now a lot of people say, well, you know, my gray water is just shower water and so forth. Why do I get an odor out of that? You have to remember that your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink also will dump into that typically. So you can get grease from cooking, you can get the dish soaps, and so you can get a variety of different odors coming out of the gray water tank. This is Thetford makes a tissue digester, so it will help to break down that tissue on the inside, which brings up another good point. One of the most important things to use when you're using a blackwater tank is an RV toilet paper, one that's going to break down, typically a single ply that will break down inside the tank, and it won't gum up the valves or stick to the probes on the side. This is a level gauge cleaner. It will go in and kind of helps dissolve, digest sediments, lime, that type of stuff that might get onto some of the probes and give us a false reading. And this is a drain valve lubricant. This I would put in when I would store the unit, and anytime I'm going to leave it sit for any period of time with nothing in it, I would just put a quarter cup of this, or depending on the size, into it, and it just helps lubricate the valves that are back in on our gate valve. And this is a toilet seal, and what this does is lubricate the actual flapper valve or the seal on the toilet. And this is important because that seal is going to hold water in the bowl, but it's also going to keep odors from that holding tank from coming up inside the coats. So the last thing I would recommend, a lot of people, the old school guys too, when they get ready to go and winterize it or take it on a trip, some people said they're even going to throw rock salt down into the holding tanks because that'll keep the tanks from freezing, but that's going to eat up this stuff here. You can imagine what rock salt is going to do to that valve in here. Make sure you use a good RV antifreeze if you are going to be putting that into the drain. It won't do any damage to the seals. So a wide variety of choices, chemicals you can use. Most of the new ones are biodegradable and safe for the environment.